Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Alexa, and welcome. This is part two of my life in Technicolor, Playboy Bunny to PhD. We left off in part one of my move from Los Angeles up to San Francisco, and I had visited San Francisco once or twice, and I had thought, this is it. This is me. This is everything in life that I have ever thought a place should be, and it definitely is. And that's why to this day I consider San Francisco to be my spiritual home. It it was everything. No matter, I mean, every place has their pros and their cons, but I have to say that, for me personally, San Francisco's cons outweighed the pros. It was everything that I could have ever dreamt of in a place to live, and I really, really enjoyed living there, and I miss it to this day. It's unfortunate, how it's changed, but yes, San Francisco was definitely everything that you could ever want in some place to live, and it's sad what's happening there as well as everywhere else in the United States. But yes, San Francisco. So, arriving in San Francisco, I was still working for United Airlines. For a short time because I had been offered a job at Morgan Stanley Dean Witter, but in order to be a financial in the financial market, you had to pass certain tests. You had to study to take your exams to become a broker, and that took a little bit of time. So I continued working for United Airlines while I was doing that, and but things progressed, and I went into working for Morgan Stanley Dean Witter, and had a very successful time working there. But it's not what you would consider a fun job. It's a very stressful job when you're dealing with people's money. When everything is going along smoothly and it's lovely, you're everybody's darling. But the minute things take a dip, and you're no longer anybody's friend. But so everything went along very nicely until the earthquake. And we had the earthquake in, let's see, was it 87? I think it was 87. Yeah, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 87. We had the earthquake. And around that time, we also had the financial market had a crash. So it was, those were they were hard times. During the earthquake, I was not affected too much directly. I had a little bit of damage at my house, but nothing really too dramatic. Inside, nothing. On the outside, if some fascia bricks fell off and all that sort of thing. But the town changed then. Of course, there was some severe damage, and there was a lot of rebuilding that needed to go on. So it was a sort of a dramatic time, and I had a very, very dear friend there who had helped me when I first went to San Francisco. She sold me my first condominium, and took me on as a daughter. She was my Jewish mother. Sadly, she's passed now, but Gloria was definitely my second mother. She was yeah, I introduced her to her third husband. I think it was because we came home from shopping one day, and her second husband was laying on the bathroom floor, and had sadly passed away. And about a year and a half to 2 years later, I introduced her to her third husband. And when she wanted to get married, he was not Jewish, and I was not Jewish. So we all had to convert, because in order for me to be in her wedding, and so on and so forth. You needed to be Jewish to be her daughter. So I converted to Judaism. Which was, I think, my first foray into another religion, because I think I've gone through them all now, from Catholic to Mormon. I think I'm a Mormon at the moment. I'm not sure. I can't remember what I am the last time. I think I am a Mormon at the moment. Not a very good one, mind you, as I drink coffee, but yes, no, I'm not ultra religious, let's put it that way. If I need to be something for any particular reason, let's just go there. What the hell? I think I became a Mormon because I wanted to go to a 4th of July party, and I was in a wheelchair and had a foot operation as I was in a wheelchair, and the Mormons came around and said, "Hello, can we talk to you?" "Sure, come on in." Next thing I know, I'm a Mormon. But yes, well, we'll go there some other time. But yes, so San Francisco. I lived in San Francisco for quite a few years, and after the earthquake in 1990, Gloria, who was my second mother, she decided she owned her own real estate agency in San Francisco, and she decided that she wanted to move to Reno, and she did not want to go without me. She wanted me to go with her, and I had left Morgan Stanley Dean Witter at this time after the crash, because I thought, no, life is too short to have to go through this and to be hated by everybody and to avoid people on the streets and what have you, and death threats and God knows what from people who had lost their money. But so I thought, no, life's a bit too short for that, so I need to do something else. And Gloria wanted to move to Reno. And I have to say that in hindsight, it was a very, very, very bad decision to sell up and move to Reno. So in 1990, we all moved to Reno. And I bought a house there, and I had never been to Reno. And Gloria said, "This house, you'll love this house. It's a really good deal. It's great. You'll love it." And so we went. And the day that I was due to go, they had gone several months before me. And the day that I was due to go, I drove up there, and they were having a massive snowstorm. And I thought, well, I didn't know it snowed. I thought Reno was in the desert. Dear God, what the hell's going on here? I arrived in Reno, and there was a little bit of snow. Went into the house, and Gloria had, put my furniture around, and the interior decorator had fixed it up a little bit. So I just went to bed. When I got up the next morning, I went and pulled the curtains aside, and there was like 3 feet of snow outside. And I thought, oh no, this is not gonna work. I can't, no, that's just not gonna work. I think I lasted about a year in Reno. I know it wasn't for me at all, definitely. And this time, because I didn't have any ties at the moment, I didn't really have a career. I didn't really have, there was nothing really much, going on. I had 2 properties. I had my house and an apartment. So basically I was just living on the income from the rentals and those. But so I had no real ties. So I thought, okay. And my aunt in England had said, come and see us, and I said, okay, I'll come over. So I sold the house and the condominium and packed up and went to England. And I thought, okay, I'm here now, what am I going to do? And so I decided I'd always wanted to improve. I'd always been interested in cooking. I really enjoyed cooking. So I thought, I'll go to the Cordon Bleu. So I signed up and went to the Cordon Bleu. I took the cuisine course in London, and then after I finished the cuisine course, I took the pastry course in Paris. So I moved to Paris for 6 months to take the pastry course and to also go to the Alliance Française, which was the French language school. Yeah, because I've been trying to learn to speak French for like 35 years now, and I think I speak French. It's just the French don't think I speak French, which is a bit of a problem. But yes, so that's where we are now. So I went there, and that started my career in catering. I started a catering company from that, which we will have to put into episode 3 because my sister says I talk too long and I get boring. So, we will put that into episode 3 from Paris. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe. I don't think this one was quite as exciting as number 1, but anyways, thanks for tuning in.